opens with the internet erupting the moment a shocking headline about Mendeecees and funky surfaces online, an unexpected rumor that spreads like wildfire before anyone even understands what actually happened, turning an ordinary night into a digital battleground as people rush to form opinions, create narratives, and declare sides without a single verified fact. The story begins when a blurry late-night post appears on a mid-tier drama page, claiming that Mendeecees was seen in a compromising situation with someone who was definitely not funky. And within minutes, that vague accusation mutates into dozens of exaggerated variations, each more dramatic than the last, fueled by attention-hungry accounts that thrive on chaos and engagement. While unsuspecting fans scroll past the claim with a mix of shock, curiosity, and disbelief, wondering if this is just another baseless attempt to stir drama or if there is something genuinely wrong between the two. As the headline catches traction, small pages start screenshotting each other, recycling the same rumor with slight wording changes to make it seem more credible. And soon the entire ecosystem of gossip-focused profiles begins pushing the narrative at full speed, framing the situation as a possible betrayal even though no image exists, no timestamp is provided, and no source steps forward to take responsibility for the claim. Hashtags begin to form. Reaction pages cut short clips from old videos to suggest tension that never actually existed, and edits of Mendeecees looking stressed or funky looking. Distance start flooding platforms as users stitch unrelated content to build a story that fits the developing rumor. Meanwhile, neutral followers observe the unfolding chaos and confusion, unable to understand why people are reacting with such certainty to something so unverified. While hardcore fans immediately break into factions, one side defending Mendeecees with absolute loyalty, insisting the rumor is fake and malicious, and another side accusing him before any evidence appears, using phrases like, "Where there's smoke, there's fire," to justify their assumptions. Within the first hour, the rumor becomes so widespread that even casual observers feel compelled to click read and comment as the headline evolves into a trending topic, pushing Mendeecees' name into algorithmic feeds across platforms and transforming a single unconfirmed post into a giant wave of speculation. That sets the stage for everything that follows. This is the ignition point, the moment when a whisper becomes a storm, and when a relationship that once looked solid begins to be questioned by thousands of strangers who know nothing but a headline but are ready to believe everything. Early social media reaction and fan wars focuses on the explosive moment right after the rumor hit social media, when timelines turned chaotic and every platform from Twitter X to Instagram to TikTok became a battlefield of opinions, assumptions, and emotional reactions. It's creating an overwhelming digital storm that shaped the entire narrative before any official clarification even appeared. As soon as the rumor surfaced, fans began choosing sides within minutes, amplifying the controversy at lightning speed. Some users instantly believed the accusation, others dismissed it as fabricated drama, while many simply joined in for entertainment, adding memes, sarcastic comments, and exaggerated theories that further ignited the situation. Hashtags started trending unexpectedly, with users tagging celebrities, bloggers, and entertainment pages, demanding explanations, even though no solid evidence had surfaced yet. Influencer pages uploaded cryptic stories, gossip accounts posted screenshots without context, and reaction channels began filming hot takes, which pushed the story into an even larger spotlight. Supporters and haters clashed aggressively, one group defending their favorite personality with emotional claims, old interviews, and personal stories, while the opposing side dug up past controversies, problematic quotes, and random clips to prove their point. Friends of the celebrity were dragged into the debate, fan pages were mass tagged, and some users even created fake DMIs to make the drama look more real, further confusing the public. The comment sections under older videos, posts, and reels began filling with arguments completely unrelated to the original content, turning every platform into a debate arena. Some fans called for calm and waited for verification, but their voices were quickly drowned by those who wanted instant answers, instant explanations, and instant blame. Reaction cycles grew so rapidly that within hours, millions of users had seen the rumor, reshared it, or formed an opinion about it without even knowing the actual context. This wave of instant judgment pushed the situation to a point where PR teams, media pages, and even mainstream journalism had no choice but to address the story, because social media had already declared it the biggest controversy of the week. The rapid polarization created clear fan camps, each convinced they were right, each ready to fight for their version of the truth, turning a small rumor into a full-scale digital war that defined the narrative long before facts could catch up. Influencers, gossip pages, and content creators jump in highlights the moment when the situation escalated far beyond simple fan arguments and entered the territory where professional gossip handlers, entertainment bloggers, commentary YouTubers, and TikTok analysts took control of the narrative, transforming a rumor into a widespread digital uproar. As soon as they noticed the spike in engagement, major gossip pages began reposting screenshots, blurred images, and dramatic captions designed purely to spark curiosity and controversy. Influencers who usually stay silent on conflicts suddenly uploaded neutral but not really neutral stories, indirectly hinting at the drama without naming anyone, which only intensified public speculation. Many content creators rushed to produce quick reaction videos, sometimes within minutes, because they understood that early uploads would bring massive views. Most didn't verify any information, relying instead on trending hashtags and half-formed assumptions to build dramatic narratives. Some creators exaggerated events for clicks, claiming exclusive inside information when all they actually had were rumors circulating in DMs. TikTok creators slowed down clips, analyzed tone of voice, decoded body language, and took random past interviews to create conspiracy-style edits suggesting deep-rooted issues, while others stitched videos with emotional music to make the controversy appear more serious. Commentary YouTubers released 8 to 12-minute breakdowns, filled with dramatic thumbnails and titles like "The Truth You're Not Ready For" or "This Changes Everything," using snippets from old live streams and tweets to make their theories seem more credible. Gossip pages added fuel to the fire by teasing Part 2 coming soon, which encouraged followers to keep the discussion alive in the comments, tagging friends and asking for updates. Meanwhile, influencers with personal grudges subtly took advantage of the situation, liking shady posts, leaving cryptic comments, or posting quotes that fans quickly interpreted as indirect shots. Some bloggers even claimed they had spoken to sources close to the situation, implying that something huge was about to come out, even though no solid proof existed. As all these creators and pages poured content into the timeline, the original rumor began mutating into multiple versions, each more dramatic than the last, leaving audiences confused about what was real and what was exaggerated. What started as a small claim now looked like a full-blown scandal simply because influencers and gossip pages kept spinning the narrative in ways that maximized engagement. Their involvement not only intensified the chaos, but also shifted public opinion dramatically, proving how content creators can magnify any controversy into a massive online spectacle within hours. The celebrity's silence, cryptic signals, and growing suspicion captures the tense phase where the public waited anxiously for the celebrity's response. But instead of a clear statement, they were met with complete silence mixed with small, ambiguous signs that created even more confusion and fueled countless theories. As the controversy spread across platforms, fans repeatedly refreshed the celebrities' profiles, expecting an immediate denial or clarification, yet ours passed with no official comment, making the situation look far more serious than it might have been. Silence quickly turned into a breeding ground for speculation. People began assuming the worst, believing that if the rumor was false, the celebrity would have denied it instantly. Then came the cryptic signals and Instagram story deleted within minutes. An old photo suddenly archived, a vague song lyric reposted, a quote about trust or betrayal, a like removed from a post, or a sudden change in bio. Each tiny action became a major clue for fans desperately trying to decode what was happening. Some users interpreted these hints as confirmation, claiming the celebrity was emotionally shaken or preparing a big statement, while others argued that these signals were unrelated and the public was overanalyzing. Meanwhile, every silence-filled minute intensified the pressure. Journalists sent emails to the PR team. Gossip accounts kept posting, "Why are they quiet?" updates, and fans started tweeting countdowns, urging the celebrity to speak before the narrative spiraled out of control. Opposing fandoms weaponized the silence, saying things like, "Notice, they're not denying it," and using the lack of response as proof of guilt. Even simple actions, being online but not posting, liking a random unrelated picture, or unfollowing someone became viral discussion topics, with people screenshotting timestamps to build theories. Some fans defended the celebrity, insisting they were gathering evidence or planning a legal response, while others criticized them for letting the rumor grow unchecked. This period became so intense that even unrelated celebrities started getting tagged, asked for opinions, or pulled into live streams where viewers spammed questions about the drama. The celebrity's silence, whether strategic or accidental, became the loudest part of the controversy, creating a suspenseful atmosphere where the public clung to every breadcrumb, real or imagined. By the time the silence finally began to crack, whether through a subtle, like a short note or a PR-crafted statement, the damage had already escalated. The narrative had shifted multiple times, and millions of people were emotionally invested in a story that had grown far beyond the rumor that started it. The official statement, "Damage control and narrative reversal," marks the turning point of the entire controversy, when the long-awaited response finally arrives and instantly reshapes the public conversation that had been spiraling uncontrollably for hours or days. As pressure reached its peak, the celebrity, their management, or PR team finally broke the silence with an official statement, sometimes a carefully worded notes-app message, sometimes a polished video, and sometimes a simple but direct written post that addressed the rumor head-on. The moment this statement dropped, social media exploded all over again, because everyone rushed to dissect each line, tone, and phrase, interpreting whether the celebrity sounded honest, defensive, emotional, or rehearsed. Supporters immediately rallied behind them, celebrating that the truth is finally out and claiming they had been right to defend the celebrity from the beginning. Meanwhile, critics searched for inconsistencies, vague wording, or missing information, pointing out anything that could undermine the credibility of the explanation. The PR strategy became just as important as the message itself. In some cases, the statement included screenshots, legal warnings, time-stamped evidence, or clear timelines that dismantled the rumor point by point. In other cases, it leaned heavily on emotional appeal, asking fans for privacy or understanding. When the statement successfully flipped the narrative, gossip pages that had previously fanned the flames suddenly shifted tone, posting captions like "New update changes everything" or "Here's the real side of the story," subtly distancing themselves from their earlier contributions to the chaos. Influencers who jumped on the controversy earlier began deleting stories or claiming they never meant harm, while reaction creators rushed to upload new videos analyzing the clarification. Fans who previously attacked the celebrity started backtracking, blaming gossip pages for misinformation or shifting responsibility onto fake sources. In some cases, the statement triggered a complete narrative reversal where the celebrity emerged as the victim of false allegations, editing, manipulation, or targeted hate campaigns. Discussions shifted from blame to sympathy, and many users criticized how quickly the internet had judged without evidence. However, for a segment of the audience, the damage was already done. Once a rumor goes viral, traces of doubt continue lingering, no matter how strong the clarification is. But overall, the official statement operated like a reset button, calming timelines, reducing arguments and redirecting the conversation toward closure. As the dust settled, people realized how the narrative had changed dramatically within a single post, showing just how powerful, fragile, and unpredictable digital reputation can be in the age of social. Media storms dot private confrontation, and emotional unraveling delves into the intense, behind-the-scenes moments where Yandy and Mendeecees face each other away from the public eye, navigating raw emotions that social media speculation had already magnified. The story portrays Yandy weighed down by rumors, screenshots, and cryptic messages, finally confronting Mendeecees in their home, seeking clarity and reassurance. Unlike the public narrative, this confrontation is intimate and emotionally charged, unfolding in a tense atmosphere where every gesture, glance, and word carries weight. Fans online could only speculate about what happened, but inside the room, small actions like the way Yandy holds her phone, the subtle trembling of her hands, and Mendeecees' attempt to remain calm speak volumes. The conversation begins with pointed questions, accusations softened by desperation, and moments of silence that heighten suspense, revealing the fragile trust between them. Mendeecees tries to explain, to contextualize past events, and to reassure her of his honesty. But Yandy, exhausted from defending him publicly and privately, struggles to differentiate between truth, rumor, and manipulation. Their dialogue oscillates between controlled calm and sharp bursts of emotion, illustrating the strain of living under constant scrutiny. Every new notification, every message, and every reminder of public gossip acts as a trigger, making past insecurities resurface and amplifying her frustration. The tension escalates when cryptic references like mentions of a hallway or ambiguous interactions force Mendeecees to stumble for explanations, while Yandy pushes for accountability and transparency. Even subtle moments like her stepping back instinctively when he reaches out convey more than words could, highlighting the deep emotional rift that rumors have intensified. The confrontation is not just about disproving gossip. It's about restoring mutual trust, confronting unresolved fears, and processing the emotional toll that public scrutiny has imposed. By the end of the scene, the couple is left in a complex mix of relief, exhaustion, and uncertainty. Their bond tested but not broken, setting the stage for subsequent revelations and decisions that will define their personal and public narrative. Escalating tension, cryptic messages, and heightened paranoia captures the intense moments that follow Yandy and Mendeecees' initial confrontation, where every notification, DM, and alert pushes the atmosphere in their home to a breaking point. As the night unfolds, their phones keep buzzing with messages from fans, friends, and strangers, each one hinting at new angles, edited screenshots, or supposed exclusive clips that magnify the original rumor. Yandy, already emotionally drained, finds herself scrutinizing every image, every caption, and every timestamp, searching for hidden context or evidence that might reveal the truth, while Mendeecees tries desperately to calm her and maintain rational perspective. The story emphasizes how digital rumors can invade private space, turning what should be an intimate environment into a minefield of suspicion, fear, and doubt. Some messages are vague warnings, cryptic voice notes, half-formed claims, or mysterious comments that mention a hallway or an unknown interaction, forcing Yandy to question whether she's being deceived, manipulated, or misunderstood. Mendeecees insists that most of it is overblown or fabricated, but the sheer volume and timing of the messages make it increasingly difficult to distinguish between reality and online fabrication. Their exchanges grow sharper, blending frustration, pain, and urgency. Yandy demands honesty and clarity, emphasizing how repeated public gossip has eroded her trust and sense of security, while Mendeecees tries to explain context without escalating her distress. Each notification that lights up their phones functions almost like a character itself, propelling the tension higher. As Yandy alternates between moments of intense focus on the messages and moments of emotional collapse, The narrative illustrates the psychological toll of constant public scrutiny, showing how a rumor can extend beyond social media and infiltrate private life, shaping perception, behavior, and emotional stability. By the end of the scene, the couple is trapped in a cycle of heightened alertness and paranoia, the room thick with unspoken fears and unresolved questions, leaving both Yandy and Mendeecees on edge, aware that the next message could either offer clarity or ignite the next wave of chaos. This section seamlessly sets up the next dramatic escalation, as the line between online fiction and personal reality continues to blur. Asterisk. The revealing clip and shattering doubts marks the pivotal moment when a new piece of media arrives, escalating tension to its peak and forcing Yandy and Mendeecees to confront the blurry line between rumor and reality. After hours of cryptic messages, screenshots, and edited posts, a shaky video clip surfaces, taken from an awkward angle with dim lighting, showing a moment that online observers immediately begin to dissect. Though the footage is incomplete and lacks clear context, it carries an implication strong enough to make Yandy question everything she thought she knew. She studies every frame, scrutinizing movements, facial expressions, and the surrounding environment, trying to decode intentions and hidden meanings. Mendeecees insists the clip is manipulated, edited to provoke drama, and far from the truth. But the uncertainty weighs heavily on both of them. Yandy's pulse quickens with each playback, her mind racing through every past interaction, every whispered rumor, and every ambiguous moment that might connect to what she's now seeing. The narrative highlights how selective angles and strategic cropping can create perceived realities that feel undeniable, blurring memory and online perception. Their conversation becomes a tense dance between trust and skepticism. Mendeecees repeatedly assures her of the truth, while Yandy vacillates between belief, fear, and anger. The psychological strain is amplified by the knowledge that millions of people online have already drawn conclusions, and that each interpretation spreads like wildfire. The clip acts as both evidence and weapon, testing their bond, patience, and emotional endurance. Yandy's demand for honesty intensifies as she struggles to separate genuine events from digital fabrication, and Mendeecees' calm demeanor is tested against the storm of public narrative and private doubt. Every frame of the video seems to hold a hidden message, a clue, or a potential accusation, keeping both on edge and making silence between them heavier than ever. By the end of this section, the couple faces a critical juncture. They must navigate the emotional fallout of what they've seen, reconcile with public speculation, and decide how or whether to respond to the next wave of revelations. This moment sets the stage for the deepest confrontation yet, as the hallway reference and subsequent messages promise to push the tension even further. Asterisk.